These are the keys that you need to set achievable goals so you can create the outcomes you want along with your ideal future. So in this video, I'm going to go over 9 different things that makes it really easy for you to achieve all of your goals. So if you follow these steps, and they're easy to follow, you're going to achieve all your goals. My name is Alex Morgan. I help you align your actions, your beliefs, your dreams, and your thinking so you can create success and you can create your ideal future. And believe me, that's coming for you, so you might as well be ready for it, and you can get ready for it by changing your thinking here in your mind. So the first thing that you need to do when you're stating your goal is you need to state it in the positive. What specifically do you want? So an example of something is, let's say you're trying to make more money. You're not going to say, I don't want to be in $10,000 of debt anymore. That's not stated positively. You're stating what you don't want. So instead, you need to say what it is you actually want. I want to make so much profit per month. I want to have this amount of money in my bank account. Something that's going to be positive that you can work towards. So if you have the words don't, won't, can't, shouldn't, that's stating what you do not want. So it must be stated in the positive. Number 2 is you need to specify the present situation. So where are you now in relation to your goal? Think about that. Where are you now? And it's good as you listen and watch this video to think of a goal that you actually want to achieve, and you could go along as I list out all these steps. So you want to think about where are you now? So if you are working on a goal that has to do with money, how much money do you have right now? Where are you? How close are you to achieving your goal? And it doesn't matter how far or close you are. It's just you want to have a good starting point. Where are you now? The third thing, you want to specify the outcome. And that includes creating a lot of sensory specific things. So what are you going to see? What are you going to hear? What are you going to feel? What are you going to say to yourself when you have this goal? How's it going to look for you? How's it going to sound for you? How's it going to feel for you? And can you act as if you have it now? And can you make that really compelling? And it's something that you want to insert into the future, so you can see yourself and hear yourself and feel yourself really doing that. So that's the third one. You want to be really specific in this and really create a nice picture with sounds and feelings and self-talk about when you have this goal. And the fourth thing, this is what we call our evidence procedure. So how are we going to know when we have it? So what's going to have to happen? What's the last thing that's going to have to happen so you know you have your goal? Let's say it has to do with making money. Are you going to see that money in your bank account? Are you going to be jumping up for joy? You're so excited that you saw that deposit go into your account. Are you going to be shaking hands with a client as they pay you, as they say, hey, I'm ready to pay now. I'm ready to sign up. Let's get started. So think about that. What is it going to be for you? And the fifth one, what will this outcome get for you, and what will this allow you to do? So is it going to be congruent for you? Is it something that you really, really want, that when you're talking about your goal, you're shaking your head, you're like, yes, I want this. I really, really want this. And think about, what is this going to get for you, and what is this going to allow you to do? I hope plenty of good things. All these good things, they should just add up right here. So the more good things that come from this goal, the more likely is it's going to be a really good goal for you. And the sixth thing, is this goal self-initiated and self-maintained? It's very important that this goal is only for you. You don't want to be setting goals for other people because you can't really control things outside of yourself and what they're doing. So set the goal for yourself. That's going to be much easier to get your achievable outcomes, to complete your goal, because it's going to be about you and the effort and attitude you put in, because those are the things that you can control. You can control your effort, and you can control your attitude or your mentality as you go after your goal. The next one, is it appropriately contextualized? So where, when, how, and with whom do you want it? So in what context are you going to want this goal? Where is this going to take place? When is this going to take place? This is how you can get very specific. How? How are you going to do this? And with whom? Is there going to be anyone else that you want to do this goal with? Yes, the goal you're setting for yourself. However, when it's achieved, what are all these things? Fill these things in. And it's good to think about a picture of a goal as you listen to this. So if you need to listen to this video, listen again, watch it again. Because if you think about a goal as you listen and watch this, and you have a picture in your mind, you can watch the picture change. You can hear different sounds and different feelings as you listen to this. So the next one, what resources are needed? This is very important, and it's often something that a lot of people overlook. So pay attention to this. So what do you have now, and what do you need to get your outcome? So you can ask yourself that question, and you can ask yourself another few questions. Have you ever had this? Or have you done this before? If you haven't, that's okay. Do you know anyone who has? Because why not? If you know someone, you can ask them. What skills are needed? What resources? Use your network. Always use your network, your skills, your resources, and your mentality. Those 4 things. If you use those 4 things, achieving your goals will be much easier. There's so many times people want to do a training of mine and they say, well, I have to go earn the money. And I tell them, you've probably already earned it. And they say, what do you mean? Next thing you know, someone's talking to a friend in their network, talking to their boss, saying, hey, I talked to this guy and I really want to do this training. And they're like, oh, what's the training about? They tell them what the training is about. And then they go, oh, that's cool. The boss is like, well, how much is it? They tell them the price. The boss is like, here, go take the training. So sometimes it's that easy because you already actually earned it with your relationship, the rapport you built, the trust, the compassion, all that with another person. You may have already earned that. So can you act as if you have it? Think about that. That means that you'll have the resources to achieve that. You'll build those resources. So that's the other question. Make sure that you really focus on these resources, because the more resources you have combined with a network and skills and your mentality, it's going to make it really easy for you to then achieve this goal. And the last thing, we want to make sure, is it ecological? That means our environment. Yes, ecology, it has to do with the actual environment. However, for us, is it going to be good for us, for the people around us, for the city we live, and even the world? It depends how big that you want to think. So there's some questions that you can ask yourself. So let's say you have this awesome goal. You want to make more money, whatever it is. For what purpose do you want this? What's the highest positive intention for this? So for what purpose? Think about a few things. And then there's some other questions that you can ask. And one of them is, what will you gain or lose if you have it? So you want to check the consequences. Is there any consequences for this goal? Or is it going to be all good things for all the people around you? Because a lot of times people want to achieve goals, but maybe it takes a little time away from their family. And if that's a deal breaker for them, if they say they can't work on the weekend and their goal is going to take up a lot of their time on the weekend, maybe they say, no, I'm not doing this goal. Right now, I told my family I'd be there for them every single weekend. So you need to see what are the consequences. And then there's 4 questions that you can ask to weigh the consequences even further. And these questions, I love these questions. They make it really easy to make decisions as well. So anytime I work with clients and say, hey, you have a tough decision, ask yourself these 4 questions. So what will happen if you get it? What won't happen if you get it? What will happen if you don't get it? And what won't happen if you don't get it? Very interesting questions. And be very curious about these as you answer them, because these will tell you exactly what you need to know if your goal is good for you to do it or not. So these are the different things that'll really align yourself with your goal. So I encourage you, if you haven't already, to think of a picture of your goal and listen and watch this video again. And as you listen to it, you can even have this picture in your mind, close your eyes, relax, and go through it and listen as I talk. about your goal and see how that picture in your mind changes. Because, for example, the question, where, when, how, and with whom do you want it? You may have a picture in your mind and then all of a sudden that makes it that much more clear. All these things are going to show clarity towards your goal. So if you haven't already, go ahead and like the video and subscribe to the channel. Comment below what you think. Does this make it easier for you to achieve your goals? I'd love to hear your feedback. I really appreciate all the support I've been getting lately. Thanks so much for watching, and I hope to see you on the next video.